Hey everyone, this is Phil Stevens. I just wanted to take a moment to kind of reach out to everyone in my social world and just give you some of my thoughts of what's going on in my headspace. So I'm here in my office bunker, um, again, just kind of thinking about life, the world, wondering how everyone is. And I got to thinking that, one of the cool things that I get to do on a weekly basis that has now been taken from me, at least temporarily, is leading people in a group setting at O2 Fitness with a yoga based class called Mbala. And I get to, in this class setting, at the very beginning of class, lead them through some intention setting. And that intention is woven throughout the entire class, and it kind of culminates in final Shavasana, where we bring home everything that we've talked about, thought about, lived through that has kind of manifested itself through the expression of fitness. And so I've kind of been thinking about my own intention during this time of uncertainty and unprecedented global panic, in this place of unknowing that brings us to a place of, anxiety and distress. So I was thinking that in times like this, we often go back to the roots of our belief system, our belief in the divine, and if there's any kind of cosmic message to all of this that we're maybe missing or should try to get to. Our belief in humanity, as we all get a chance firsthand to either witness the very best in people or maybe even the worst in people, and really our belief in ourselves. Do we have what it takes to function at a high level, to work from home and keep the kids engaged and pay the bills and not worry about how all of that's going to come in on us, perhaps? The wisdom literature of my particular faith tells me that God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. And to me, that's my DNA, that's my birthright. And it's what me and you and everyone else has slowly forgotten over time, from the time we were born to right now. It just kind of evaporates out of our consciousness. And it's really in these times of trauma that memory starts to come back to us, that we need to gravitate back towards, that we do in fact have that sense within us that we can overcome, and that we do not have to live in fear, but we can live from a place of power and certainty. Dostoevsky said, to live without hope is to cease to live. But, what we must also realize is that hope is not the conviction that something will necessarily turn out well, but the certainty that something is always going to make sense. And I think that's what we're grappling with right now. It's not just of what's happening, but it just doesn't seem to make sense to us. And so because of this senselessness, it's really hard to have hope right now. But I believe that there will be a point in time when all of this will start to make sense. It will make sense in the light of what kind of stewards we have been of the environment and what changes we need to make. It'll make sense in the realization that sustainable farming practices are needed, and that we don't need to rely as much on chemicals and pesticides that may indeed be undermining our ability to fend off these new virus strains. It'll give us a sense of the recognition that we have forgotten who our neighbor is and have made the well-being of ourselves, our community, our state, our country of preeminence. Sometimes at the extent of those that are all around us that are not like us, maybe not looking like us or the same socioeconomic, or maybe they're across the ocean, and we have gotten into a place where we have put ourselves and our own well-being above the global well-being of the entire population of humanity. And so that's where I'm trying to get back to. Where is this tipping point of our conscious awareness? Is this the tipping point that we need? It's been said that all energy is contagious, and so if we can infect each other with fear and hatred, violence, then shouldn't it stand to reason that we can also infect people with love and generosity and patience? So I guess this is my intention, and what I would encourage you to look at as well for your intention, that we may infect as many people as we possibly can with love and kindness and patience and generosity. So with that, I wish you all wellness and say namaste.